Detention and deportation of migrants and refugees in South Africa. What is the deportation process in South Africa? We strongly recommend that, if you are detained, you get legal assistance. This is especially important when you are brought before in court within 48 hours of arrest. If you have an asylum claim, there is a risk of persecution or harm if returned to your country. You cannot be deported. Get legal assistance urgently. 1. When can someone be detained for documentation purposes? In South Africa, only police officers and immigration officers are permitted to ask you to show identity documentation. This must be a proof of identity which includes your name and photograph. You can only be detained if a police officer or immigration officer believes on reasonable grounds that you do not have legal stay in South Africa. 2. As a non-South African, which documents should I carry with me? If you have a visa in your passport, you must carry at least a certified copy of the passport and visa at all times. If you hold refugee status, you should also carry a certified copy of your refugee status at all times. If you have an asylum seeker temporary permit, you should carry the original document with you at all times. 3. Where can I be detained for purposes of deportation? You can only be detained at a place determined by the Director General of Home Affairs. This is published in the Government Gazette. This includes some police stations, detention facilities, and offices under the management or managed on behalf of Home Affairs. Those awaiting deportation will usually be transferred to the Lindela Repatriation Center in the Gauteng province, South Africa's only immigration detention center. 4. What are my rights in detention? Your rights in detention include the right, 1. To be informed of the reasons for your detention and your rights in detention. 2. To be detained in conditions that are within minimum standards of dignity and human rights, which includes adequate accommodation, food, reading, material, and medical treatment. 3. To be able to choose and consult with legal practitioners of your choice, or to be assigned one at state expense. To be visited by your spouse or partner, next of kin, and chosen religious counselors or medical practitioners. And 5. To be held separately from criminal suspects. 5. How can I access legal help in detention? If you are arrested or taken into custody for purposes of detention, we strongly recommend you get legal assistance. You have the right, in detention, to be visited by spouses or partners, next of kin, and chosen religious counselors who might assist in finding legal assistance for you if you cannot afford a lawyer. You should also contact a nonprofit organization listed below. Note: if you are arrested for a criminal matter, you may be able to request legal aid.